Hey guys, so today we will talk about my top 5 smartwatches that got released in 2024. So that means I'm not going to include the Apple Watch or the Samsung watches since they got released last year, but still there are some very interesting smartwatches on this list. So without further ado, let's jump right into it with number 1. So the first smartwatch that I got on my list today is the OnePlus Watch 2. Now this one runs on Wear OS 4 and the Snapdragon 5 Gen 1, which means it runs super smooth, plus you get a very nice design. Unfortunately, there are only 2 colors, which is the radiant steel version or the normal black steel version, but both still look great. Now overall, this watch weighs in at 49 grams without and 80 grams with the strap. It is water resistant up to 5 ATM and it has a normal size 1.43-inch AMOLED display protected by sapphire crystal glass. On the side you will get 2 physical buttons, of which the lower one sits pretty much flush with the rest of the case. The upper crown is rotatable, but you can't use it to scroll through your apps and the notifications. Also, both buttons are customizable. You can single or double tap the lower button to get to different apps, and if you single tap the upper one, you get to your app menu, or by double pressing or long pressing the button, you get to some of your apps. We get a plastic glass fiber backside and a fluoro rubber strap, which is very soft, not itchy on the skin, and it has a very cool pattern on it. Now one thing you have to know about this watch is that the battery life will only last for about 2 days if you're using the always in display mode and all of your health trackers. Without the AOD, you can expect to get around 4 days of usage, so it falls right in the range of Apple and Samsung smartwatches, which also only last about a day or 2 depending on the usage. But one great thing about this watch is the charging speed. It only takes about 60 minutes to fully charge this watch. Now for about 300 euros you get a smartwatch with over 100 different sport modes with a very good built-in GPS in my opinion, plus it finds your location at the start very fast. You just don't get an auto pause function and you cannot change your workout display, which is a small bummer. Then as for your health trackers, you only have the basic. There is a heart rate monitor, a sleep tracker that will track your sleep cycles, there is a stress and an SpO2 tracker. Now by the way, since this watch runs on Wear OS, you get the Google Play Store and you can download games and apps like Spotify, from which you can download music right to the watch itself. You get WhatsApp, and right here you can start conversation and text all of your buddies. Next we have the Xiaomi Watch 2, which comes in at the price of around 180 euros, but on some online stores you can get this one already for about 150. Now spec wise we're talking about a big 47mm aluminum smartwatch with a 1.43-inch AMOLED touch display. Like on a OnePlus Watch 2, we got 2 physical customizable buttons on the side of the watch. It comes with a 22mm TPU strap with the quick release feature, and it is water resistant up to 5 ATM. As for the battery life, this watch lasts for about 65 hours on your normal everyday usage, and it only takes about 45 minutes until it's fully charged. That means it's even faster than the OnePlus Watch 2. Now of course this watch also has a few smart features as well, since it runs on Wear OS. Now there is a built-in mic and a speaker, so you can receive and decline incoming calls and talk to your friends right from your wrist. There's also the Google Voice Assistant, which you can ask some questions. You can control other Google devices at home from it, and you got all of the normal voice assistant stuff. There's the Google Play Store with Spotify, YouTube Music, games and other productivity apps. And as for your notifications, you can once again answer to messages that you get with a quick reply. You can send emojis, or you can also type your very own message. Then you also have to know that you have quite a few watch faces that you have pre-installed on this watch, which are customizable. So depending on the watch face that you are on, you can change the style, background color or the complications. And if that's not enough, you can download some more from the Xiaomi Watch Face store for free. Now the Xiaomi Watch 2 has the same health trackers as we have on the OnePlus Watch 2, but therefore up to 160 sport modes, like you got running, walking, swimming, hiking and some other stuff like card games, boxing and dancing. Now as for the built-in GPS, and it doesn't matter if you're out in a park or in the city, it is doing a decent job. One of my favorite new smartwatches is the new Huawei Watch Fit 3. Now this one will cost you right around 160 euros if you take the version with the fluoroelastomer strap, and 180 euros with the leather strap. You got 2 physical buttons, of which the upper one is rotatable, and like this you can scroll through your notifications, sport modes and the menu. The 20mm fluoroelastomer strap has a wavy design and also a very soft surface. Now one thing you have to know right here is that only the pink strap will be a little bit shorter and every other color is a little bit longer. The Watch Fit 3 weighs in at 26 grams without the strap. You got a 43mm aluminum alloy case and a large 1.82-inch AMOLED display with a resolution of 480 by 408 pixel. Now, the battery life of this watch is comparable to the Xiaomi Watch S3, as it lasts about 10 days on normal usage and 5 days with the always on display mode toggled on. As for the charging speed, this one sits right in between the OnePlus Watch and the Xiaomi Watch 2 with about 50 minutes to go from 0 to 100%. Now, health tracking wise, you once again only have the standards covered, like you get a heart rate monitor, a sleep tracker that will even track your respiration rate during the night, and some other metrics. There's an SpO2 tracker and guided breathing exercises. Like most Huawei smartwatches, you will have quite a few sport modes, including in and outdoor cycling, pool swimming, basketball, core training, you got strength training, and overall 100 different sport modes. Plus, you can even customize the data display on your different workouts with up to 5 different metrics. You can customize the length of your pool swimming workouts and do interval runs on your running workouts. Then you also have some running courses to lose fat, long distance runs, HIIT runs, and a few more. Now in total there are 13 different running courses, and by the way, the built-in GPS is pretty good as well in all of my tries. Then there are some smart features as well, like you can receive and decline incoming calls with the built-in mic and speaker, but you have to know that you only get a voice assistant if you pair this watch with a Huawei phone. The voice assistant does not work on your normal iPhone or the Samsung phone, for example. You got customizable watch faces on this watch and a watch face store, and even your normal tiles are customizable, and you can have between 1 and 4 apps or metrics per tile. Now today we have 2 Xiaomi smartwatches on this list. First we had the Xiaomi Watch 2, and now we have the Xiaomi Watch S3. Now this one is slightly cheaper with a price of around 130 to 150 euros, but it also has one super cool feature, and that is the stainless steel bezel on top. You can actually swap this one out and replace it with another color or style, and like this you can really customize your smartwatch to make it yours. As for the display, we get a large 1.43-inch AMOLED touch display and 2 physical buttons on the sides. The lower one is actually customizable, and you can connect this one to any of your apps on your smartwatch, but by default it takes you straight to your workout section. The upper button will either take you to your menu or it opens up your Alexa voice assistant. Now the rest of the 47mm big smartwatch is either the aluminum alloy case or the 20mm fluoroelastomer strap, which by the way comes with a quick release function. Now the difference to the other 2 smartwatches is the battery life. Now first at the charging speed. In just 5 minutes of charging you can get a full 2 days of battery life without the always on display mode. Plus it lasts for about 2 weeks on your normal usage if it's fully charged, and about 5 long days if you're using the always on display mode, which is still twice as long as most other smartwatches nowadays. Like on the OnePlus Watch and the Xiaomi Watch 2, you have a built-in mic and a voice assistant, but on this watch you will only get the Alexa voice assistant, which is a small downgrade to the Google one, but it's still doing a good enough job. You can receive and decline calls on this watch and talk to your friends. You get all of your notifications, but you cannot reply to any messages, and you got customizable tiles. You not only have one single app per metric per tile, you can have multiple on every single tile, like you can have an all health metric one, and on another one you can have a few different sport modes, of which you by the way have 150, and the built-in GPS is just as good as on the Xiaomi Watch 2, plus it finds the GPS signal lightning fast. It's really just a matter of 1 or 2 seconds. Right quick, the health stats. Now there is an SpO2 tracker that can track all day long, as long as you're not moving. Then there is a stress tracker and a heart rate tracker that both work 24/7. Now this one also alerts you when you have a low or too high heart rate. Plus you can set it to only track every 30 minutes to save a little bit of your battery life. Then you got the vitality score and a sleep tracker that works pretty good in my experience. It gets when you fall asleep and wake up. You get a sleep score, it tracks all of your 4 different sleeping cycles and even your average heart rate and SpO2 level during the night. Smartwatch number 5 on the list today is the Xiaomi Smart Band 8 Pro. I know that's a lot of Xiaomi smartwatches on this list today, but this list will be totally different in a few months from now, since we will get the new Apple and Samsung smartwatches. Also, I haven't tested the new TicWatch Pro 5 Enduro yet. This one would probably make the list today, but since I haven't tested this watch yet, I will stick to the ones I've tested. Now the Band 8 Pro is also a very interesting smartwatch with a very solid built-in GPS, which is just as good as on smartwatches that will cost you twice as much. There are lots of sport modes, you got the same health trackers like you get on the Huawei Watch Fit 3. The battery life on this watch will last about 2 full weeks on your normal usage and about a week if you toggle on the always in display mode. But it does take 1.5 hours until this watch is fully charged. Now as for the specs and the design, the Xiaomi Band 8 Pro has a large 1.74-inch AMOLED touch display with 336 pixels per inch and 600 nits peak brightness. Unlike a lot of other fitness trackers which are rather long and not as wide, this one right here is 46 by 33mm smartwatch, and even though you get a fairly large watch, this one only weighs in at 22.5 grams without the strap, which is almost nothing. You will definitely not feel this watch during the night, not during your workouts, and not even during the day, and I was not feeling it while I was working at the computer. As for the straps, I measured 20mm, which fits to wrist sizes between 135 to 205mm. You also get a quick release feature on your TPU strap, and instead of a pin that you always have to pull back, you get a small button to push. Now something that you have to know about this watch, that it is compatible with Android and iOS smartwatches, and there are no physical buttons on here. Now guys, those are my top 5 smartwatches for now. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more tech reviews. And I guess with that one being said, I will see you in the next one. Peace.